Let me ask you something. Tonight, when everyone is asleep, when the phone screen goes dark, when the noise of the world finally stops, what do you actually feel? Not what you tell people you feel. Not the answer you give when someone asks, "How are you?" The real one. The one that shows up at 2 a.m. when there's nothing left to distract you. Is it peace? Or is it that quiet, heavy feeling? The one that sits in your chest and whispers things you don't want to hear? You're falling behind. You're not doing enough. Everyone else is moving forward and you're just here. If those words just touched something inside you, this video is for you. Because today we're going to talk about something most people spend their entire lives running from. We're going to talk about suffering, not in a poetic, motivational poster kind of way. Not with pretty words that sound good but mean nothing. We're going to talk about the real cost, the actual price tag that is attached to every single thing worth having in life. The cost of winning. Let me ask you something else. Have you ever looked at someone else's life, their confidence, their results, their ease, and felt something complicated? Not pure admiration. Something mixed. Something that felt like admiration and pain at the same time. You thought, why does it come so easily to them? Why does their life look like that? And mine feels like this. Am I doing something wrong? Is there something wrong with me? And then almost automatically, your brain found a reason. They were lucky. They had connections. They started early. They had money, support, the right opportunities. And you didn't. And so you're here, average, behind, not the kind of person those things happen to. I want to stop you right there because I want to ask you something you may have never asked yourself. Have you ever considered that the person you're comparing yourself to, the one who seems so far ahead, was once exactly where you are right now? They were also confused, also scared, also lying awake at night wondering if they were enough. You don't see their struggle. You only see their result. And results never arrive alone. Every result comes with a cost, a heavy, invisible, deeply personal cost. And today we're going to look at that cost clearly, honestly, without flinching. But I need to tell you something first. This video will not feel good. Not in the way most motivational videos feel good. That pumped up, on top of the world feeling that lasts about 45 minutes and then disappears. This video will make you uncomfortable. It will probably make you a little afraid. And if you stay with that discomfort, if you let yourself feel it instead of clicking away, this video might actually change something real in your life. Because that discomfort you're about to feel, that is not a warning signal. That is the first breath of growth. Here's where we start. Human beings are wired for pleasure. We are built to move toward comfort and away from pain. This is not a flaw. It is survival. For thousands of years, this instinct kept us alive. But here's the problem. That same ancient brain, the one that once protected us from real physical danger, is now running your daily life. And it cannot tell the difference between a lion and a difficult conversation. It cannot distinguish between actual threat and the discomfort of learning something hard. So it treats them the same. Your brain says, this presentation feels threatening, avoid it. Your brain says, this difficult conversation feels dangerous, postpone it. Your brain says, this new skill is frustrating, quit it. And you listen every time. But the people who grow, the people who actually build something, they feel all of that too. Their brain tells them the exact same things. And they do it anyway. Afraid, they do it. Tired, they do it. Uncertain, they do it. And that, only that, is the difference. They let their feelings exist without letting their feelings make the decision. You have been letting your feelings be your identity. I get scared, so I'm not brave. I feel anxious, so I cannot do hard things. I failed before, so I'm not someone who succeeds. No, feeling afraid is not the absence of courage. Feeling afraid and moving forward anyway, that is courage. The only kind that actually exists. Feeling anxious is not weakness. Showing up despite the anxiety, that is strength. Failing is not the end. Getting up after failing and trying again, that is the first day of winning. So what exactly does growth cost? Stay with me, because this is where it gets real. The first thing growth takes from you is your comfort. That warm, familiar, predictable feeling where nothing surprises you, nothing challenges you, nothing demands more from you than you feel like giving. That is the enemy of everything you want. We confuse comfort with security, but they are completely different things. Security is something you build. Skills, resilience, knowledge, character, these create actual security, and they are earned. Comfort is something you choose. Avoiding, delaying, distracting, numbing, these create comfort. And comfort is borrowed, and borrowed things always get collected. When you live in comfort, you're taking a loan from your future self. Today's ease becomes tomorrow's regret. The longer you borrow, the more interest accumulates. And one day the bill arrives, not as a single dramatic moment, but as a slow, suffocating realization. I've been here before. I'm still here. I chose this. The second thing growth takes from you, and this one hurts more, is people. Yes, people. The ones you love. The ones whose opinions matter to you. The friends you have known for years. The family members who know you a certain way. The circles where you were comfortable because nobody expected too much from you. When you genuinely start to grow, when you actually start to change, some of those people will not come with you. This is true, and it is painful in a way that is hard to describe. Because in every relationship, there is an unspoken agreement. Stay the way I know you. We stay at the same level. Do not change too much, because if you do, I do not know what that means for us. Nobody says this out loud. Most people are not even conscious of it, but it operates quietly underneath everything. When you start reading, when others are sleeping, they get uncomfortable. When you start talking seriously about your goals, they call you too intense. When you begin to actually see results, they call you lucky. When you set boundaries, they call you selfish. And the deepest pain comes when this does not come from strangers or acquaintances. It comes from your own people, your closest friends, your family, the people you actually love. This is why so many people stop growing halfway. This is why so many people unconsciously keep themselves small, because the alternative is an aloneness that feels unbearable. But I want to ask you something. If you're shrinking yourself so that the people around you stay comfortable, who are you actually serving? Them or your own fear of being alone? Because here is the truth. The people who genuinely love you, the ones who truly want good things for you, they will be proud when you grow. They will not compete. They will celebrate. And the ones who pull away when you grow, those relationships were never about you. They were about the version of you that made them feel safe. Losing those relationships is not abandonment. It is clarity. The third cost is time. And this is the most underrated cost of all. We all know growth takes effort. What we consistently underestimate is how long it actually takes. We hear 5 years and feel impatient. We see someone's success and read about their overnight story, which, if you look closely, was actually 10 years of invisible work. We want fast results because we are a fast result generation. Next day delivery, instant streaming, 30-second content, but skills do not arrive instantly. Character does not form overnight. Genuine relationships are not built in a week. A real business is not built in a month. Health does not transform in a sprint. Everything real takes time. And that time, those 5 years, those 10 years, those 10,000 hours, is mostly unglamorous, mostly invisible, mostly happening when no camera is watching, when no one is applauding, when no one is even noticing. Showing up when no one is watching, that is discipline. Continuing when no one is encouraging, that is commitment. Doing the work with zero visible return, that is the behavior that eventually creates extraordinary outcomes. There is no shortcut to this. Not one real shortcut has ever existed. Every supposed shortcut in history has been someone else's years of work that you did not see. The fourth cost, and this is the most important one, the fourth cost is your current identity. This is the hardest thing to hear, but hear it. The person you are right now, your beliefs, your patterns, your habits, your self-image, your story about who you are and what you are capable of, all of it is perfectly optimized for your current life. If you want a different life, you must become a different person first, and that is terrifying because we are attached to our identities, even painful ones, even limiting ones, even the ones that are slowly suffocating us. I'm not creative. I'm not disciplined. I'm not the kind of person who succeeds at big things. Nobody in my family has ever done something like this. These are stories, and these stories protect you in a twisted way. If you have already decided you cannot do something, you cannot fail at it either. Perfectly safe. But what is the cost of that safety? The cost is the life you actually wanted to live. Growth means challenging these stories. One by one. I get scared. Good. Do it scared. I might fail. Good. Fail. Then learn. People will judge me. They will. Let them. I do not know how. Then learn. Right now. This is not motivational fluff. This is literal reality. Every person who has ever built something worth having, every single one, was once exactly where you are. Same confusion, same fear, same doubt, and then they made a decision. Not a cinematic, life-changing, dramatic decision. A small one. Today I will do this one thing, whether I feel ready or not. And that decision made the next one possible. And the next, and the next. That is how it actually works. Not a single leap. 1,000 small steps taken in the dark with no guarantee of where they lead. That is the cost. All four of those things, your comfort, your relationships, your time, your identity, that is what growth asks for. Everything. And now I want to tell you what you get in return. Let me be honest with you before I say anything else. I'm not going to tell you that suffering is beautiful. I'm not going to ask you to enjoy pain or romanticize struggle. That is toxic and it is not real. Pain is pain. Suffering is suffering. It does not need to be glamorized. But I will tell you this. The people who willingly pay the cost, who face what growth asks of them instead of running from it, they develop something that cannot be bought, borrowed, faked, or given. They develop self-respect. Real self-respect. Not the surface kind that depends on how other people treat you. Not the fragile kind that disappears when you fail or fall short. The kind that lives quietly inside you when you're alone in the dark and you know that you showed up for yourself when it mattered. That kind of self-respect is yours forever. Nobody can take it. No circumstance can dissolve it. It was earned, and earned things do not expire. Have you ever noticed that the people who seem genuinely confident confident, not arrogantly confident, but quietly, unshakably confident, are not confident because of their achievements. They are confident because they know they can handle hard things. That distinction is everything. Achievement-based confidence is fragile. It rises and falls with results. It depends on external validation when things go wrong, and things always eventually go wrong. That kind of confidence collapses. But struggle-based confidence is different. It is built on a proven fact, not a feeling, a fact that you have done hard things before, that you survived what felt unsurvivable, that you got up when every part of you wanted to stay down. That confidence does not need a win to sustain itself. Lose a job, it remains. In a relationship, it remains. Fail publicly, it remains. Because it was never about the outcome. It was about who you prove yourself to be in the process. The second thing you gain is clarity. When you are comfortable, everything seems possible. Limitless options, limitless directions, a beautiful fog of potential with no real traction. When you actually struggle towards something, when you commit and face resistance, you discover what genuinely matters to you. Because suffering is a filter. The things that truly matter to you, the ones that are woven into who you actually are, they survive the struggle. They get stronger through it. The things that only seemed exciting from a distance, they fade the moment real effort is required. Many people think they want to be musicians. Then they sit with an instrument for 8 frustrating hours with 0 visible progress and discover they wanted the identity of musician, not the reality of learning music. And some people, some sit through those 8 hours and 8 more and 8 more with no audience, no validation, no results yet. Those are the ones who become musicians. Struggle does not kill your real dreams. It reveals them. The third thing you gain is compassion. When you have genuinely suffered, when you have been in the dark, you develop an understanding of other people's pain that cannot be taught. People who have never struggled are often unknowingly harsh. Why are you so upset? Just move on. It cannot be that bad. They're not malicious. They genuinely do not know. But the person who has been in that darkness, who knows exactly how hollow the words move on sound when you're truly drowning, that person becomes different. They listen differently. They see people differently. They understand that behind every difficult behavior is usually a difficult interior world. This compassion transforms relationships. It makes you a better friend, a better partner, a better leader, a better human being. Suffering does not make you soft. It makes you wise in a way that nothing else can. And the fourth thing, the real reward, the one underneath all the others. The fourth thing is meaning. A person who lives a comfortable, unchallenged life is often fine, often content-ish, but often carrying a quiet, persistent emptiness, a feeling that comes in the silence. Is that all? Is this it? A person who has struggled towards something, who has built something through real cost and real sacrifice, does not carry that emptiness. They carry a story, a journey, a sense of earned ownership over their own life. I built this. These are my hands in this. This exists because I refuse to stop. That meaning is not available for purchase. It cannot be inherited, gifted, or awarded. It can only be created through one specific path. Choosing the hard road when the easy road was right there. I want to tell you about someone. Not a famous name, not a celebrity story. An ordinary person. 3 years ago, she was completely lost. No job, no direction. The weight of her family's expectations sitting on her chest every morning. Smiling for friends during the day. Crying alone at night. She decided to learn one skill. Graphic design. Only because it seems slightly interesting. The first 3 months, nothing. 0 results. 0 clients. Tutorials she could not understand. Looking at other people's work online and feeling so far behind it felt laughable. I will never be that good. But she did not stop. 6 months in, her first paid project. A small amount of money. It felt enormous. 1 year in, a small freelance income. Regular. 2 years in, her own setup, her own clients, her own creative identity. 3 years later, she is the person she always quietly wanted to be. But here is what she actually talks about when you ask her what mattered most. Not the money, not the recognition. She talks about those first 3 months. The ones where nothing was happening, where nobody was watching, where there was no result and no applause and no reason to continue except the decision she made to herself. She says, those 3 months taught me I could trust myself. For the first time, I did not just feel like I could do something. I actually knew it because I had done it. Nobody gave that to me. That is the cost of winning. 3 boring, invisible, unglamorous months. And what she took from them, no one on earth could have handed her that. Now I want to have one more honest conversation. We do not run from suffering because we are weak. We run because we are smart. I'm serious. Your brain is genuinely intelligent. It is a pattern recognition machine, and it has identified a very reliable pattern over the course of your life. Every time I tried something new, I got hurt. Every time I made myself vulnerable, I got rejected. Every time I expected too much, I was disappointed. So your brain drew a logical conclusion. Staying safe equals survive. This is not a character flaw. This is a learned response, a protection mechanism mechanism that was built from real experiences. And I'm not going to tell you to simply ignore it, but I will tell you this. That mechanism was designed for survival, not for thriving. And those two things are not the same. Psychologists call this avoidance coping. When life gets hard, we avoid. And when we avoid, we feel relief, short-term, immediate, real relief. So the brain learns avoidance equals relief. And it does it again and again, each time a little faster, a little more automatic. The problem is this: whatever you avoid, it grows. The conversation you are avoiding is slowly rotting the relationship. The skill you are avoiding is the exact wall standing between you and what you want. The decision you are avoiding is collecting interest, and one day it will make it sell for you. Avoidance is short-term relief and long-term imprisonment. The cage is comfortable, is familiar, and the door has been open this whole time. So what do you actually do? I'm not going to give you a 10-step system, because systems do not work until the feeling behind them changes. I'm going to give you one shift. One, the next time something difficult appears, a hard action, an uncomfortable conversation, a skill that feels frustrating, an attempt that might fail, your brain will say exactly what it always says. Avoid it. Later, when you feel ready. In that moment, just 1 second, pause and ask yourself one question. If I was not afraid of this, if this felt comfortable, what would I do? And then do that. Afraid, uncomfortable, uncertain. That is it. That is the entire practice. Because that question bypasses the fear and goes straight to the truth of what you actually want. And the action that follows, taken in discomfort, is the single most powerful thing you can do for your growth. It will not feel heroic. It will not feel like a movie moment. It will feel small and terrifying and slightly absurd. But every significant thing you will ever do in your life will begin exactly like that. There is one more thing you need to understand, because I do not want to leave you with an incomplete picture. Not all suffering is the same. There are two kinds. The first is productive suffering, the pain that builds, the discomfort that is creating something, strength, skill, character, capability, the soreness after a real workout, the frustration of learning something genuinely difficult, the emotional weight of an honest conversation, the anxiety before something that actually matters to you. This suffering has a direction. It has a destination. It is not happening to you. It is working for you. The second kind is purposeless suffering, the pain that circles without building anything, the anxiety that feeds on itself, the relationships that only drain you, the overthinking that never reaches a conclusion, the self-punishment that changes nothing. Growth does not mean embracing all suffering. Growth means learning to distinguish between these two. From productive suffering, even when it is hard, even when you are afraid, you move toward it. Open hands, open heart, because this is the thing that is building you. From purposeless suffering, with intelligence, with compassion for yourself, you protect yourself, not by numbing or avoiding the feeling, but by recognizing when the pain has no useful destination and choosing differently. And one more thing that is deeply underrated: rest is not the opposite of growth. Rest is a component of growth. The people who push through suffering without ever recovering, they do not succeed. They break down, they burn out, they abandon everything they built. Recovery is part of training. Sleep is part of learning. Solitude is part of creativity. Stillness is part of forward movement. So when I say lean into suffering, I do not mean grind yourself to nothing and call it discipline. I mean, do not run from discomfort and take care of yourself. Both at the same time. They do not contradict each other. They complete each other. Now let me bring this to you, specifically you. Right now, what is the one thing in your life, the one thing you know you need to do that you keep running from? Now list one thing, the thing that shows up in your mind at quiet moments and that you quickly replace with something else so you do not have to sit with. The unfinished project gathering dust. The business idea that has been in your notes for 2 years. The conversation you have postponed 100 times. The version of yourself you know you are capable of being. That thing, hold in your mind. Do not put it away and take that into the final part of this. I want to talk directly to you now. Past the topic, past the script, past the screen between us. Just you and me for a moment. Why are you here? Seriously, why did you watch this video today? You are not just scrolling. If it was just scrolling, you would have left in the first 30 seconds. You're looking for something, maybe permission. Permission that says, yes, you can do this. Yes, your pain is real and you can still move forward. Yes, the person you feel yourself becoming on the inside is the person you actually can become on the outside. So here it is. I cannot give you that permission, not because I do not want to, but because it is not mine to give. You have to give it to yourself. But here's what I can tell you. The fact that you are here, the fact that you stayed, the fact that something in you is still reaching, still searching, still wanting more than what is comfortable and familiar, that is not ordinary. That drive is your most valuable possession. More valuable than any skill you have or do not have. More valuable than any opportunity that has come your way or passed you by. Many people do not have it anymore. They have settled. They have decided that wanting is too painful and it is easier to stop. You have not stopped, and that matters enormously. Now let me tell you the biggest lie about growth. It is not that growth is easy. The biggest lie is that one day, one magical, identifiable day, everything will click and it will finally become easy. It will not. The people who sustain growth over years and decades, they do not stop struggling. They change their relationship with struggle. In the beginning, discomfort is a stop sign, a warning, a signal that something is wrong, that you should turn back, that you are not ready. With time and intention, that signal changes. Discomfort becomes a marker, a sign that you are at the edge of something new, that you're in the exact place where growth happens. That transformation from seeing discomfort as danger to seeing it as direction. That is what it means to actually mature. Not just age, mature. And it does not happen all at once. It happens one small act of courage at a time, one choice at a time, one day at a time. And I want you to know something. You're not alone in this. I know that sounds like a poster. I know you have heard it, but I mean it specifically. Every person who has built something real, every single one, was standing exactly where you are at some point in their life. Confused, scared, wondering if they were on the right track, wondering if it was worth it, wondering if they were actually capable of this, or just fooling themselves. Those questions are not signs of weakness. Those questions are the evidence of someone who is genuinely engaged with their own life, someone who is actually trying. The person who never questions himself is either much further ahead than you think, or he is not trying at all. Doubt is not the problem. Doubt accompanied by action is the most honest form of courage that exists. So here's the only thing I'm asking from you. One thing. Tonight, when this video ends, when you put down the phone, when you are alone with yourself, write one thing down. The thing that has been living inside. The dream you keep tucking away. The goal you keep almost starting. The version of yourself you keep almost becoming. Write it down. You do not have to show anyone. You do not have to have a plan. You do not have to know how. Just write it in your own words. Honest words. Your language. I want this. That is all. Because when you write it, when it leaves the inside of your head and exists somewhere outside of you, it becomes real. It becomes a promise. A specific, personal, private promise from you to yourself. And the promise you make to yourself with no audience, no applause, no external reward. That is the most important promise you will ever make. Let me leave you with this. Growth demands suffering. Yes, but that suffering does not come to break you. It comes to build you. It comes to give you the one thing that cannot be bought, awarded, inherited, or handed to you from the outside. It comes to give you something you can only find by walking the hard road all the way through. Trust in yourself, not the surface kind, not I believe in myself, said in a mirror as a performance. The real kind, the kind that is built in the dark, the kind that lives in your bones, the kind that says quietly, I have done hard things. I have been in the fire and I came out. I know what I am made of. That is what is waiting for you on the other side of the cost. The cost of winning is real, and only you decide whether to pay it. Today, this moment, write that thing down. Take the first step, even if you are afraid, even if no one is watching, even if you're not sure it will work. Do it for yourself, because one day, when you look back at this moment, this will be the day you chose, and you'll be so glad you did.